Ah, yes. There we go. Cannabis news with Joe Klare. It's October 3rd, 2018. Presented, as always, by the Marijuana Times. Check us out at marijuanatimes.org. You can find a bunch of great stories. Click the video tab. You can find this show as well. Social media links, of course, can also be found there. Today we're talking about a new California law helping along with marijuana expungement from criminal records. Also, a new FBI report on how many people are being arrested for drug possession. And another alcohol company talking about making moves when it comes to the cannabis industry, which I submit is a good thing. Talk about all of that coming up. First, of course, as you know, Cannabis News is brought to you by Natureside, nature-side.com, and their organic, all-natural pesticides. If you're a cannabis grower, you're in a state where it's legal, you probably have pesticide regulations you have to follow, plus you don't want to use harmful chemicals on what you're growing. You want to grow safe and poison-free. And you can do so with Natureside, nature-side.com, a proud sponsor of Cannabis News. Help you be regulatory compliant in the state that you are growing in. Plus, they're awesome for being our sponsor. So go and check them out. This first story from marijuanatimes.org by Julia Granowitz. New California law will help erase cannabis convictions. New California governor, now California governor, I say new, that's not right. Now California Governor Jerry Brown has signed Assembly Bill. I just came up with a weird accent there. Okay, I'm going to get it together, I promise. As the show goes on, I will get it together. He signed Assembly Bill 1793, which will streamline the process that made it so difficult to have qualifying cannabis-related convictions cleared now that the plant is legal. Rodney Holcomb of the Drug Policy Alliance said this is transformative. This creates an opportunity for people to reclaim their lives. The bill would require the state to do the work of the expungement as opposed to the old way of doing it under Prop 64, which was that the exoneree wannabe, the expungement wannabe, would have to go through a lot of steps to make this happen. So now it is up to the state rather than individuals to file the paperwork to have the record expunged. The state will go through, and certain crimes will be cleared from records, and others will see, whoops, there we go, significantly reduced charges. Don't scroll too fast. Those you kids at home are trying to read on the internet. Don't scroll too fast. You can't keep up. I can't keep up. For example, being convicted of possession with an intent to sell will be reduced from a felony to a misdemeanor. That would be a charge, which would be a charge under current law for illegal sale. Some may not even know they're eligible for such a change, so this will ensure that everyone sees the benefit of the new law. A lot of expungements rely, and the way it was in California, rely on people to come forward and say, hey, I need my record expunged. Just go in and clear it. I mean, if there's no longer a crime, clear it. Send them a form letter or whatever that says, hey, this has been cleared. Congratulations. Isn't that what the government does? They do something. They chop down 6 million trees. They print out a bunch of letters in triplicate and quadruplicate, and they send it to you. Well, do that. Go kill a bunch of trees and get those notices out there to everybody. They could use hemp paper, but, they won't, because that would make too much sense. This next story, speaking of the Drug Policy Alliance, this next story is from the Drug Policy Alliance, drugpolicy.org. According to a new FBI report, every 20 seconds, someone is arrested for a drug law violation in the United States. Law enforcement agencies in the U.S. Made 1.63 million arrests for drug law violations in 2017. That's almost a 4% increase over the previous year. More than 85% of these arrests were simply for drug possession. Means, whoops, messed up my graphic. There's my graphic. See? Boy, I promised I would get it together, and I did not. I'm a liar. I don't know what it is, man. It started off rocky and just kept going rocky. But that's part of the charm of this show. And if it doesn't have charm, it's just me sitting here, talking about news stories and stuff that's going on in the world. It's not enough. It needs charm, and I have supplied the aforementioned charm. It's continuing. This means that every 20 seconds, someone is arrested for a drug law violation in the U.S. The consequence of a single arrest can be devastating, adversely impacting not just someone's freedom, but also their job, their income, and their health and their family. Marijuana arrests were up. We talked about that a few days ago. Up about 1%, mostly sales and those kind of arrests went down, but marijuana possession arrests were up. It's, well, again, no matter what drug you're talking about, if this person who has the drug, who's possessing the drug, is not infringing on the rights of anyone else, then they haven't done anything wrong. Now, I know you can say, well, they could do something wrong and society's the victim and so on and so forth. If we're going to get into predicting crime for people, that's a slippery slope to go down. I mean, I don't see how anybody couldn't see that. You can just say, well, I think they're going to commit this crime, therefore I need to stop them from doing X, whatever it is. Whatever the thing is that's with them doing it is not infringing on the rights of anyone else. And to say society is the victim, you could ban anything based on that. The society is a victim. You could ban McDonald's based on the society is a victim argument. People are obese. It's weighing down the, no pun intended, the healthcare industry. Taxpayers are footing the bill for a lot of that. Therefore, society is a problem. Therefore, no more McDonald's, no more high-fat foods, no more, it can be used for anything. And it's just not, And I still got the wrong graphic. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm sitting here, I'm looking at this and talking about this story. I still have the wrong graphic. That's the graphic for the next story. Now, I got to be honest with you. I could stop this. I could go do it all over again and make it look like I did a perfect, flawless podcast. I could do that every night because we don't do it live. We'll do it live someday, but no, we don't do it right now. I record the show. By the way, there's the one I was talking about, this rest over 20 seconds. Well, now you know what the next story is going to be. But I'm not going to go back over and record over this and record a new podcast. This is it. This is it. You've seen this performance for the last however many minutes it's been. If this is the first time you watch the show, I'm sorry. The other ones are much better. You should go check those out because those are really good shows. No, again, it's part of the charm. It's podcasting. It's video casting. It's fine. It's next story. Let's see how well this goes. Marijuana moment. Chris Roberts over there. Brewing giant Molson Coors is planning to launch a line of marijuana-infused teas, seltzers, and other drinks that current beer consumers might want to reach for instead of a cold one while kicking back with friends, according to company CEO Mark R. Hunter. Now let's see. No, I still got it wrong. Holy crap! Now I'm just in my head. I thought, I'm gonna nail this graphic and put it in the right place. No, I didn't. I've done this over 230 times, and tonight there's just not. It's not firing right. I haven't been drinking or anything. I'm not a big drinker, but if I had, I would tell you, and I would blame the drinking. But I'm completely sober. So, it's just me. I don't know why. Anyway, continuing. Quote, we're driven by being the first choice for consumers and customers, and cannabis is a new space that's opening up, Hunter said in an interview with Bloomberg. He said it's clear that the occasions that some of these alcohol-free drinks, which would have THC and CBD components, will be competing in similar occasions to alcohol. In other words, instead of people buying, alcohol, they'll be buying marijuana-infused beers or seltzers or teas or whatever, because right now you can't mix alcohol and marijuana in beverages. So this will be, and people will say, oh, well, here comes, big alcohol, and they're going to get into cannabis and so on and so forth. I think it's a great thing. First of all, we've eliminated an opponent to cannabis legalization. For many years, alcohol companies, and some of them still do, but it's less and less of them. The big ones are moving from giving money to fight marijuana legalization to actually investing money in the legal cannabis space. I think of the two choices, the second one is much better. We've eliminated an opponent, a longtime funder of marijuana legalization opponents in the alcohol industry, and now they're infusing the cannabis industry with millions of dollars of investment money, sometimes billions of dollars in some cases, and I think both of those are great things. And more choices for customers: teas, seltzers, beers has CBD, some has THC. We have all of it. Do all of it. That's my advice for the cannabis industry. Say, hey, Joe, what do you think the cannabis industry should do? All of it. Go do all of it. That was an admittedly rough episode of Cannabis News. I will do better next time. Or I may not. It may be worse. But I don't think it will be. I'm going to stay confident. I'm not going to get myself down. It is what it is. It's not the best performance, not the proudest performance. But like I said, I'm not going to record again. I'm not going to do this again. This is it. Warts and all, as they say. Cannabis News. October 3rd, 2018, presented by Marijuana Times. Check out Natureside, nature-side.com, a proud sponsor of the show. Click the video tab at marijuanatimes.org to find the show. If you want the audio-only version of Cannabis News, search the Marijuana Times on Apple Podcasts. Thanks, everybody, for checking out the show, liking, sharing, commenting. And we'll see you next time right here. Hopefully a better performance on Cannabis News.